Fans are in complete awe of Tammy Slaton's makeover, which nobody anticipated. The former bedridden 1,000-pound Sisters actress has lost millions of doubts in addition to hundreds of pounds, making her hardly recognizable anymore. Amazing before and after pictures of her tremendous weight loss and mental recovery have gone viral online, igniting a frenzy. The alteration is more than simply bodily. People are talking about it non-stop since it's a complete life makeover. Tammy Slaton's journey from critical health to empowered life. The path has been nothing short of life-changing, filled with physical challenges, personal hardships, and a strong resolve to change. When she and her sister Amy Slaton made the decision to start a highly visible weight loss quest in 2020, her narrative officially began. An undertaking that would not only transform their lives but also draw in people from all over the world. Because of her weight at the time, Tammy was dealing with serious health issues. She was severely obese, and almost every part of her life was being impacted by her physical restrictions. Life. She and Amy had the same objective of getting healthier in spite of these obstacles. However, Tammy's path would soon become far more convoluted than any of them had anticipated. Initially, Tammy and Amy were well known because to their YouTube channel, which detailed their everyday activities, including weight loss efforts. They both pledged to adopt a healthier lifestyle and sought to meet their personal health objectives as part of their weight loss journey. The sisters even started losing weight competition, demonstrating their will to be successful. But their weight loss efforts were unsuccessful, and even though they made some headway, they both encountered obstacles that made the process even more difficult. When Tammy's health took a sharp turn for the worst in 2021, her problems in particular would become much more severe. Tammy was admitted to the hospital in late 2021 as a result of difficulties brought on by her obesity. She had a near-fatal encounter that seriously endangered her life. This hospitalization served as a warning, one. That was a significant emotional and psychological turning point for Tammy, in addition to being a medical emergency. For the first time, the event made her face the truth about her health condition and the effects of her lifestyle. Doctors warned her during her hospital stay that if she did not make the necessary modifications, she could die. Her body was under so much stress from her weight that it was becoming dangerous for her to function. Additionally, she had a very short lifespan. Abbreviated. Tammy was faced with a difficult decision. Either stick to your current course and run the danger of developing new health issues, or make significant lifestyle adjustments that will take a lot of work and commitment. Tammy was deeply affected by this near-death encounter. She started to realize how serious her predicament was at this moment. She understood that this was her final opportunity to change her situation. Tammy bravely chose to go for a more drastic weight loss method, one that would eventually be able to assist her in better managing her health in addition to helping her lose weight. She entered a specialized weight loss center in 2022 that offered medical monitoring, individualized treatment, and a systematic program meant to assist those with extreme obesity. Tammy received a mix of medical care, dietary guidance, and psychological assistance at the facility. She started the most profound change of her life at this point. Tammy concentrated on altering her diet, behaviors, increasing her level of physical activity, and tackling the psychological and emotional obstacles related to weight reduction. Her dedication to the process paid off in ways she could not have predicted only months earlier. Tammy shed 180 pounds during her stay at the weight loss center, a significant turning point that significantly enhanced her health and standard of living. Her mobility and general well-being were enhanced by this significant weight loss, which also moved her closer to being eligible for bariatric surgery. In order to help her maintain her progress and lower the health risks connected with obesity, the surgery was a crucial step in her ongoing journey because it would provide her with a more permanent option for weight control. Tammy had bariatric surgery in 2022 as a result of her perseverance and drive. Over the next 14 months after the procedure, she lost about 300 additional pounds, further transforming herself. This process was difficult and necessitated a thorough degree of dedication and self-control, particularly in the face of persistent psychological and emotional difficulties. In addition to dealing with her food addiction and old behaviors, Tammy also needed to address the root causes of her obesity. Commemorating significant achievements. Tammy Slaton's weight reduction journey has been about more than just changing her appearance. It's also about taking back her life and discovering happiness in pursuits that were previously unattainable because of her size and health issues. As she goes on, she is enjoying her newfound independence and the chance to partake in activities she previously believed were impossible in her quest to shed weight. She was able to completely participate in an activity that previously seemed impossible for her on a recent family tubing trip, which was one of the most critical moments of her transformation. Tammy's size made it difficult, if not impossible, for her to participate in many of the physical activities that many people take for granted before she lost the weight. Whether the task was as easy as slipping into her weight had caused several physical constraints, whether she was sitting in a chair or engaging in leisure activities with her family. Tammy consequently frequently felt left out of enjoyable activities that included movement, exercise, or outside play and was frequently barred from group outings. She was emotionally and physically impacted by this, since her mental health suffered as a result of feeling excluded. She frequently struggled with emotions of grief, loneliness, and frustration as a result of her incapacity to relish the same things as those around her. However, Tammy made great progress in losing weight and regaining her sense of autonomy and self-worth when she started her rigorous weight loss journey. She gained new experiences and increased involvement in her family's life as a result of her dedication to her health and weight loss objectives. A family tubing vacation was one of the most significant events of her journey, signifying not only her physical development, but also the happiness and liberation it brought. Tammy had never been able to fit into a rubber ring before, but she managed to do so during the tubing trip. A certain amount of mobility and physical comfort are necessary for tubing, a well-liked outdoor activity that involves floating on a lake or river in an inflatable ring. Tammy's weight had always made it seem difficult for her to engage in such an activity. It had frequently seemed to her that she wouldn't be able to enjoy tubing and other similar sports without having to deal with major obstacles like not fitting inside the tube or being unable to completely enjoy the excitement. However, things were different this time. Tammy felt a sense of satisfaction and delight as she effortlessly slipped into the rubber ring. This small but meaningful moment served as a reminder of her strength and a mirror of her development. An pastime that had previously seemed unattainable was now within Tammy's grasp. And that instant turned into a significant turning point in her weight loss process. She found humor in the situation, which is typical of Tammy and further demonstrates her upbeat outlook and capacity to see the bright side of things. As she slipped into the rubber ring, she joked, "Since I can't eat the donut, I guess I'll wear it." Her light-hearted remark demonstrated her capacity for self-comfort and also demonstrated how far she had come. It was a playful moment that gave Tammy the opportunity to honor her accomplishment in a charming and intimate manner. This particular comment demonstrated the profound change in Tammy's perspective that had occurred in her life. Her weight was no longer a barrier that kept her from having fun. Rather, she was able to view her development with pride and humor. The tubing vacation turned into more than just a fun family activity when the kids had to fit into the rubber ring. It represented the victories Tammy had encountered on her journey. She no longer felt constrained by her. She was carrying the same amount of weight as before. Being able to participate in an activity like tubing marked a new chapter in the life of someone who had battled obesity and the health problems that came with it for years. It was a striking illustration of how losing weight has altered her appearance, way of life, and capacity to appreciate the small things in life. In addition to the physical change, Tammy's capacity to engage in this exercise revealed the mental and emotional changes that accompanied her path. In addition to losing weight, she was also letting go of outdated thought and behavior habits that had impeded her progress. Reaching a particular number on the scale or getting into a smaller size wasn't the only goal of her weight loss quest. It was about rediscovering a sense of value in oneself and discovering happiness in things that had before seemed unattainable. Partnerships and personal development. The change in Tammy Slaton has been astounding, not only physically, but also on a personal and emotional level. After Tammy's husband, Caleb Willingham, passed away tragically in June 2023, one of the most important events in her life happened. Although his premature passing was a heartbreaking chapter in Tammy's life, it also marked a turning point that would allow her to grow as a person and explore new avenues. Tammy's life was significantly impacted by her relationship with Caleb. The two had first connected when Tammy was trying to lose weight, and as they helped one another through the highs and lows of their respective hardships, Their relationship deepened. Tammy found stability and happiness in their marriage, so Caleb's passing was a devastating emotional blow. In the months after his death, Tammy had to deal with the challenging issue of both pursuing her quest for self-improvement and grieving the loss of her companion. The loss of a spouse can be overwhelming for many people. However, Tammy's tenacity and resolve have been evident as she managed this significant personal loss. Tammy concentrated on finding healing in other aspects of her life during this time of grief. She has embraced change and progress, which she has always been receptive to, as part of her continuous quest for self-discovery. Tammy's weight loss journey allowed her to grow emotionally and physically, but it also gave her the chance to reevaluate and completely rethink her life. In the months after Caleb's passing, Tammy started to welcome fresh opportunities and even explored a love engagement with a new individual as she embarked on a new chapter in her personal life. Tammy revealed to her fans that she is currently dating a woman in a courageous and sincere admission. An important turning point in her life. This announcement addressed her continuous personal development. Tammy views her new connection as more than simply sexual love. It's about accepting herself for who she is and giving herself permission to explore facets of her identity that had previously dormant or previously unacknowledged. Tammy's ongoing dedication to honesty and self-acceptance is demonstrated by her readiness to be transparent about her relationship and share it with the public. Tammy's transition into this new phase of her life demonstrates her emotional and physical growth. It demonstrates her tenacity and her capacity to accept life's uncertainties with grace. There has been more to Tammy's journey than merely losing weight. It has been roughly letting go of the layers of suffering, uncertainty, and fear that prevented her from moving forward and pursuing new opportunities, connections, and experiences. Her choice to be transparent about her new relationship with a woman demonstrates how her development goes beyond appearances and into more profound emotional and relational realms. There are difficulties associated with her decision to disclose her romantic relationship to the public. Like many others, Tammy has experienced pressures and expectations from society, and being outspoken about her sexual orientation in public can lead to criticism and scrutiny. Tammy's determination to live genuinely and her increasing self-confidence are demonstrated by her bravery in sharing this aspect of her life. Her openness during this process has spurred discussions about identity, self-discovery, and the value of staying true to oneself despite possible criticism. The new connection represents self-acceptance and empowerment for Tammy. Previously, she suffered from thoughts of inadequacy and self-doubt. Her weight loss quest has assisted her in overcoming some of these emotional obstacles. Tammy is learning to accept her emotional and psychological well-being as she continues to reduce weight and enhance her physical health. Learning to trust both herself and other people, letting herself be loved, and taking the chance of forming new relationships are all components of that process. One instance of this trust is her friendship with her new partner, which is assisting Tammy in moving forward with joy, love, and hope for the future. Additionally, Tammy's desire to keep developing, not just as a person, but also as a person who is willing to embrace every facet of her identity, is reflected in this new chapter in her life. She has been on a quest of self-discovery over the years, examining what it means to lead a happy and fulfilling life free from the limitations of previous hardships and anxieties. She has demonstrated that change and progress are a part of life and that there is always time to make changes, create opportunities, and take brave measures to find happiness. There is more to Tammy's relationship with her new partner than just romance. It reflects her more general development. The lady she was when she started her weight loss journey is very different from the person she is now. And she gets closer to realizing who she is with every step she takes in her quest for personal development. She is establishing a deeper sense of intimacy in this new relationship in addition to a romantic one. Closeness on an emotional level and self-worth. For Tammy, this partnership represents both freedom and love. The freedom to live her life without being constrained by her anxieties or constraints from the past, the freedom to welcome new experiences, and the freedom to choose her own path. It is a significant turning point in her life that highlights the value of living true to oneself and the strength of transformation. Tammy's continuous path to self-empowerment is reflected in her capacity to love herself and accept love from others, and her dedication to leading the greatest life possible. Viewers are given a closer look at Tammy's continuous metamorphosis and the nuanced relationships between her and her sister Amy when the 7th season of the show, which debuted on April 15, 2025, begins. In addition to highlighting Tammy's ongoing journey in terms of her physical health as well as her emotional and relationship development, this season will also highlight Amy's recent struggles, including her own legal troubles. Challenges related to mental health. Tammy's metamorphosis is one of the season's main themes. Tammy has been trying to change her life, get healthier, and reduce weight since the start of the series. The show has provided an accurate depiction of the difficulties she has encountered by documenting her highs and lows, victories, and failures. Tammy's progress is explored in greater detail in Season 7, including her ongoing weight loss and her attempts to keep up the good adjustments she has made. Tammy has experienced many emotional highs and lows on her path to a healthy lifestyle. However, viewers are observing Tammy's incredible development and the progress she is making in overcoming the limitations of her previous weight issues. Tammy's quest for improved health and the actions she is doing to enhance her well-being are the main topics of discussion throughout the season. This entails achieving her weight reduction objectives, keeping up her efforts to eat a nutritious diet and workout program, as well as navigating the mental and physical challenges that come up while she strives for weight loss surgery. Tammy's continued association with her weight reduction center, where she has made significant progress, including being eligible for bariatric surgery, is one of the season's pivotal moments. Her stay at this clinic and her attempts to keep reducing weight after surgery are further explored in Season 7. But the path to her final metamorphosis is still difficult, and the program gives viewers an unbiased look at the effort and commitment needed to bring about such a significant transformation. Additionally, the season emphasizes Tammy's interpersonal connections, especially with her sister Amy. The relationship between Tammy and Amy has been a major theme in the first few seasons of 1000 lb Sisters. They have helped each other through their weight reduction challenges as sisters, but they have also had their share of stress and disagreement. Amy has encountered a unique set of difficulties. Includes the psychological effects of her weight reduction experience and the challenges of adjusting to life as a new mother. Serious personal problems, such as legal challenges and an emphasis on her mental health, also characterize her trip in Season 7. Amy has been candid about her struggles. Additionally, this season discusses the psychological and emotional difficulties she encounters between the duties of parenthood, her personal life, and her health. The focus is on Tammy and Amy's complicated friendship, especially when they both traverse their individual paths in Season 7. In addition to Tammy's continuous weight reduction and metamorphosis, she also plays a vital role in Amy's life as a sister and source of support. Viewers see how both sisters support one another throughout the season, which occasionally leads to arguments but also fosters empathy and understanding in the face of their own hardships. Although there are moments when their dynamic is tense, it also demonstrates the depth of their bond and how they still make an effort to help each other through their individual struggles. One of the main plot points of the current season is Amy's legal troubles. Amy finds herself embroiled in legal issues that could further complicate her life as she juggles parenting, her weight loss effort, and her personal obligations. Her already challenging trip is further strained by these legal issues, which further add to her anxiety and uncertainty. Season 7 explores Amy's relationship with these challenges, demonstrating her attempts to manage the judicial system while concentrating on her family and her health. This plot also highlights the effect that these difficulties have on Amy's mental health, a topic she has previously spoken candidly about. Her well-being is negatively impacted by the stress of the legal disputes and the emotional burden of her obligations, and viewers are able to see her most vulnerable moments as she struggles with these challenges. Apart from her legal issues, Amy is concentrating on her mental wellness in Season 7 as well. This season offers additional insight into the toll that weight reduction and personal issues may have on one's psychological well-being, which has been a major theme throughout the series. Amy has been open about her struggles with mental health, and Season 7 gives viewers a better look at how she is trying to control her emotions and keep a good attitude. The program provides a voice to her journey as she pursues counseling, therapy, and other ways to support her while she works through the emotional challenges in her life. The dramatic and incredibly touching season of 1000 lb is created by Tammy's metamorphosis and Amy's battles with her own issues. Sisters. Season 7 gives viewers a better grasp of the subtleties involved in the pathways taken by both sisters as they pursue their individual quests for personal development and advancement. The program examines the challenging realities of their attempts to lose weight, but it also emphasizes the moments of happiness, achievement, and individual triumphs that add value to the journey. While Amy's tale adds a level of intricacy and relatability that viewers find compelling, Tammy's progress serves as an inspiration to many. The entire season, 1,000 pounds. As Tammy and Amy work through their weight reduction efforts, interpersonal relationships, and personal problems, sisters keep showing their unvarnished and authentic lives. The program offers a candid depiction of the highs and lows associated with such a transformative experience. Transition, and it continues to serve as a potent reminder of the fortitude and tenacity required to bring about significant change. As both sisters continue on their journeys towards happier, healthier lives, Season 7 allows viewers to enter Tammy and Amy's lives with genuineness, openness, and hope.